So I view myself as an extreme progressive. That's what I view myself as. I feel like I blow the current progressives on the left out of the water because they're just about destruction. They have no idea what they're going to replace the future with. They just want to just destroy, get rid of the current system, uh, which we know is not working very well right now. Whether it's politically or financially or socially, like it's just not working. Um, it's not sustainable. It is something that was needed, and it is currently still needed. We just need to focus our attention on other things than blowing each other up. That's the thing, is we need to start like coming together as sovereign countries and being like, hey, listen, man, you go do this. You guys go develop this. We'll develop this. You guys go develop that, and we'll bring it together and we'll work together. We'll be our own countries. We want we want we want to have to do away with the money system. That's the goal, is to get rid of the money system. How do you get rid of the money system? Extreme abundance. So the money system requires slaves. Capitalism is slavery. It's a form of it. Same with communism. As long as you use human labor, physical human labor, that's slavery. So, like, you still have to use physical labor right now. Um, or services. That's something that we use. Like, we're more of a service economy. We don't really build anything, which we should be building. We should have sectors of our economy that are strong in building. Like, we don't need to do, like, for instance, we should be like building in our own continents, like South America, Central America, and North America. We should just be like, there shouldn't be no shipping across the seas. Um, so we don't have to. If people like developed, they would protect their own stuff. We wouldn't need America to protect the shipping lanes. So like we can create jobs in South America, Central America, and North America. And then they can have jobs and they can make stuff over there. And like, yeah, we just need to cut the shipping down. We don't need to ship like this. Um, it, it takes gas. It takes gas to ship through like South America up to North America too. But at least like we're connected and we're not an ocean apart. Like people we could still be shipping some stuff, but like we should be making our own clothes and um, we need to get robots to do our daily chores. We need them to do all of the manual labor that is required for humans right now. That's what we need. And when that happens, and the Tesla bot, if you see that basically the unveiling of that, um, well, shit wasn't really an unveiling. It's just more of a showcase that just came out with the Robobus and the Robotaxi or Robocab. That's going to be coming out 2026, 2027. Fully driverless. Next year, Elon said that it's going to be in Texas and California. They're going to test out non supervised driving. So you don't have to supervise. Currently, you have to supervise. You can't just sit here and text. You have to you still have to pay attention to what your AI is doing on the road. Um, but we are going to get to fully autonomous vehicles very soon, the way that Elon is producing. And I'm not sure like why the left is so against them. Like we have people like Keith Olbermann trying to kick him out of the country. Like, dude, get out of here. Like, we'll kick you out. You're not kicking Elon out. Like, nobody better touch a hair on Elon's head. He is like innovation. Like, the left is all about destruction, man. They don't have any type of uh like vision for the future. Like, oh, we'll just go to communism. Like, no, man. We want to get away from human labor and put that on the robots and make abundance for everything, so we don't fight each other. We just make it so it's peaceful. Oh, you're docile humans. You're docile. Well, then just go be savages in the forest, okay? Like, if you don't want to be a part of civilization and the evolution of humans, whatever that may be, which I think that we can have abundance. I think that families could be better. I think families can be stronger. I think families can be tighter knit in the future. And I think that's, like creating families. Oh, we don't have a purpose. What? So you don't go to a job you hate anymore. You actually, everything's abundant, so you don't have to worry about it. Obviously, you don't take more than your fair share, but it's like you don't need to, because who are you selling it to? We can use capitalism in the digital realm. That's cool. Like some type of something like that. But when it comes to like the physical reality, like we need to make sure that nobody goes hungry ever again. If you're a part of civilization, if you don't want to be, then you don't have to be. That's the thing, is like, if you don't want to be, you don't have to be. Um, we're going to be going to different planets soon. And there's going to be colonies on Mars, obviously. It's probably better than, it seems like the moon doesn't seem like it's a good place to have colonies. Or really a base. That's why, I guess, why they didn't really build a base, because you have the asteroids just hitting it. Unless like you made it more like inside, but like being on the outside, no, you don't want to be on the outside of the moon. At least like Mars has somewhat of a uh, uh, atmosphere, which I wonder if it was closer to Earth. I wonder if like it would have a better atmosphere. I think that we're at that perfect spot. So, but if Mars was just a little bit closer, we could have like like two Earths going around. That would be amazing to have two Earths going around. Could you imagine? Like we kind of are out of space. Like when it comes to like, we have a lot of space here still, but like when it comes to like, oh, this is my land now, or whatever, this is mine. Like, I think there's still a need for for private property if you want it, but like I don't know. I just feel like some people, I think that you should have the ability to enjoy civilization and partake in that type of whatever that becomes in the future. Whether if like we're all just plugged into the pods, like, and we're living in the digital realm, and it's probably, I reality for me is absolutely ridiculous. I'm trying to I'm trying to be hopeful, like it gets better, but like I'm trying to make plans. You know, I don't think that we'll have like a complete civilization collapse. Uh, but I think that certain parts of the country will probably be in conflict. And other parts will just keep on going. Like they'll keep on going to work. They'll keep on doing what they're supposed to be doing. Um, I think it's just gonna be. It's probably just gonna be pockets of like disturbance. Um, and we'll just. It's just kind of like it'll be treated like a natural disaster. Like we just had a major hurricane that knocked out a lot of North Carolina. Um, but we kept on going on as a country. So, well, the direction we should be headed is um, following Elon's like path, like venturing out to space, building out there, creating humans. What we need to create an environment that is it's the best place for humans to flourish. Um, we need struggle. We obviously need that, but not too much. Um, but I think that we can augment that in different ways digitally to still have that get that struggle feeling. And if you want more, then you can go climb a mountain or something like that. I don't know. Like I think that being healthy, um, uh, you should get more social credits because like that's basically like money is kind of like a social credit almost. Like we're gonna go to social credits, man, and um, uh, the whole like it. When I look at China and I see like the lockdown in this, like we don't want something like that. We want more freedom. We want more freedom. We don't want people to be slaves. We don't want people to be like we need to get away from that slavery stuff, like capitalism and stuff like that. Like yes, capitalism is needed for right now, just like fossil fuels are needed for right now. But we should be working towards replacement of this. We should be working towards like trying to produce the best humans we possibly can and putting them in the best environments we possibly can. Like, you know, if I was a billionaire, right, um, and I was to leave my money to my kids, I wouldn't want to leave everything. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, uh, or it happened to me. Like, if I, you need some type of human struggle in your life so you know that you're human. And I think that there's people on this planet that have been completely catered to their whole lives and they haven't really experienced anything besides like maybe family members passing away or humans like going not wanting to talk to them anymore or whatever like that. But like when it comes to the daily struggle of like because they're so rich, they don't have to worry about like money at all. Like there's no concern really because they have so much of abundance and they have so much power. But there's no struggle. You don't know what it is to be human because it just and it makes them out of touch. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. I think that like some of the moves from some of these elite globalists, I think that like you can see the baton has been passed, and you can see the impatience with these people, and it's trying to like they want things done now. They want their plans done now. When I think like hypothetically, if the pan, if things were created in 2020, and and the problem was created. It wasn't going to be a problem, but it was created at that time for that reason. Um, we can't talk about it on YouTube, but like, you know what I'm talking about, what happened in that year. So, um, what, uh, it's like if they didn't pass the baton off, I think that their elders would be more patient with things right now. They probably would back off to see how people would react. And I think that that's what it was. I think that like the masks and other things that was kind of forced, like these lockdowns and things. They wanted to see how people would react. Would people act out in violence? Would people revolt? Or would they just go along with it and then just do it because they were told to? And I kind of feel like that was um, social experiment. That's what it seems like. Not the real deal, but I think the real deal probably is either coming. Well, I guess in 3 weeks. It's so weird, like everything. It's so weird. Like you see things and you're like, oh, you're a conspiracy. Like, I'm not really conspiracy. I just like kind of like connecting dots. You know what I mean? It's like, this is kind of weird. This is kind of weird. Do I have like factual proof? Like, oh, that's happening? No. But it's kind of weird this is happening. It's kind of like when you're a detective and you're trying to find out who, committed a murder or something like that. You're kind of just like, yeah, you don't have all the facts, but you're kind of like putting the facts that you have is you're kind of putting things together and you're creating like a story, kind of like a story like lined up with what is being told to you. So you're trying to figure out like what happened to, why is there a dead body here? So it's like, who did it? You know what I mean? And people are saying this and that, and you don't have all the facts, but you're trying to put together a case. You're trying to put together a narrative. You're trying to put together something like that. So it's kind of like when like conspiracy theorists, like, okay, like are there cloud seeding? Yes. Can they like manipulate the weather? Sure. But did they cause these extreme hurricanes? I'm up in the air, man. Like, me is like, I don't have the proof, but like I'm open minded to it. I'm open to the idea. That's for me, is like I'm open to different ideas. But even talking about like the flat earth and stuff like that, like obviously we don't all we don't live in that type of reality, but it's like, okay, I listen, but I'm, people on the left, like they just like, and they come out with conspiracy theories too, uh like what Trump caused that. So it's kind of like, Trump's out here like causing they stage his assassinations, like he's out here getting people killed. Like, dude, that bullet hit his ear, man. Like, you that's not staged. And then it, like, it would be just one shot, okay? Like, if it was gonna be staged, it would just be like pretty much one shot that misses. And then like the shooter was shot, so yeah, it doesn't seem staged to me. Considering like somebody's life ended at that, like he's like, these people were out here saying that Trump is a murderer, basically. It's kind of crazy, man. That okay, like I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to think. Like, he turned his head like at the exact time, and that person was such a good shot, he just nicked his ear. I personally believe that there was some type of divine intervention, or like that Trump should be dead right now. Okay, Trump should be dead right now. Like that first one, the one that hit his ear, that was on target. Like when the shooter shot that bullet off, he was on target, man. If he didn't turn his head at all, if Trump didn't turn his head, when he turned his head, he would have hit him. He would be dead. His head would have exploded for everybody to see. So he turned his head at the exact time, and I just kind of feel like either something went in there and got into his brain and told him, like, think about this at this time, and boom, like, and, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn my head and look at that screen up over there. You know what I mean? Like something like in the simulation or whatever, or um, just God turned. You know what I mean? Like God, I don't know. Like I don't think that we just evolved from a big bang and like we came from the ocean and or like we're just here from like incest. I I don't, man, I don't know. I don't know our origins. I don't know what happens when we pass away. Uh, I just question stuff, and I don't think that that's something that I should be. Just because I question things and challenge narratives and what have you, I don't. I try to live like a decent life. I try not to screw anybody over, especially nowadays, man. Like, definitely nowadays, I don't really. The last thing I want to do is profit off of stealing off of somebody. Like that's the I don't- like seriously, like if I got huge, like if my songs got huge, I would be bringing people up, man. I would be like bringing other people up so they get like a shot, so they get spotlight. Like I don't want the spotlight all the time. Like you know what I mean? Like it'd be cool to not have to worry about. It'd be cool to not have to worry about like going out and getting working jobs and getting resources so I can use my full creativity, imagination to whatever I really want to do, and focus more on my health. So like that's why I, especially like um, the population decline too. Like people aren't having kids, which I don't blame them. um, which like we can have another baby boom. Like the whole notion of like how Elon is talking, how it's such a um, existential threat to humanity. Like we're just gonna not exist. Maybe we won't. I don't know, but like, why are we gonna keep I heard that half of the world's population's IQ is under average. So average is like 100. Mine's over that. I would be called a midwit. I'd probably be called a midwit. Um, because I'm definitely intelligent, and I feel more intelligent than most people. But I'm not like Einstein. Like my IQ isn't like extremely high, like nothing like that. Um, but it's better than average for sure. And the funny thing is, like, I've always thought of myself as dumb because I had to go to special ed when I was in school. You know how embarrassing that was? Oh man, that was crazy. Like going to special ed when just going into those special I might as well just got taken to school in the short bus. You know what I mean? Like, um, I was because of my learning disabilities, man. Like dyslexia, ADHD. Like they put me on medicine, man, for like ADHD or ADD or whatever back then, Ritalin, and um, I don't learn the conventional way. It's like, yes, I can read extremely fast, but comprehending what I'm reading is another thing. So it's just like I don't like to read. So like listening to people talk, listening to stories while I'm doing something else, I tend to ingest more information that way by distraction. I have to distract myself by doing something. And a lot of people learn like this. A lot of people learn like this. And a lot of people don't understand, like, yeah, I don't get everything. I don't get everything I listen to. some things is kind of like womp womp womp, and then I was like, okay, I'm taking in information, but like, uh, yeah, it's we should be wanting. We should be building robots. That's what we should be. We need robots to serve us. Um, and people need to get used to that. And people need to. You want to find a purpose. You want to know what your purpose is. Um, well, you don't have to do a manual job anymore. Your purpose is like having a family and spending time with your family and creating awesome humans and creating an awesome experience with those with your kids, man. Like it's like you can create a fun learning experience. Like imagine like you can go anywhere in history. You can learn history. You can learn whatever you want. Um and like you can live back in history together. You can go back and like you can live in the future. You can make some type of crazy world up and a fun like awesome place where like it's Christmas every day. You know what I mean? In the digital realm. So like the digital realm has a big place for the future for us and entertainment and having that human struggle. You, you don't have to have that human struggle physically. You still have to like move your body around. So like there could be an element of um, maybe you like people being rewarded based off of like how healthy they are. You know, like our current system of like health insurance, I'm put in the same group as everybody else. Same as me as a driver. Like why am I put in the same group as all these people who can't drive very well? You know what I mean? Like why is my premium going up? Why do I have to pay as much as these people? You know, at work like they charge the health insurance at my work charges $50 for a week for tobacco. Like if you're a tobacco user, like yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, why is my premiums going up? If people want to live an unhealthy lifestyle, go ahead. But you're going to be paying for that. If I live a healthy lifestyle, man, I'll do whatever new technology like nanobots you want to, you know what I mean? Like you want to be able to know what I'm eating and how much I'm working out. Yes, I'll do that. I don't care. I'll be very transparent. Uh, So I should be rewarded. Maybe I have a net outcome at the end of the year with credits because I've been so healthy and I've stuck to the plan, but I've exceeded the plan and I've done better. You know what I mean? So I get more credits. Here's some more credits in the digital realm. The physical realm should be like basically if you want to be rich, man, then you can be rich, and then you can have like an awesome life and like a boomer life. You know what I mean? Like abundance and uh, what is it? Of materialism in the 3D realm. If that's cool, man. If you want to live, but most people like I look at my life, and I'm like, man, all I can do is go to work and go home, and that's it. I can't afford to do nothing else right now, man. Like seriously, it's just like we just don't get paid enough. We don't get paid enough. So and it sucks because we get paid a lot, but it's just like we don't get paid when it comes to health insurance. Like my dude, I'm like okay, I'm open to the idea of some type of we already have it. We already have a socialized healthcare for people who don't work. So like, why do they have better healthcare than me? You know what I mean? Like, I can't wait to see how much they're gonna make me pay next year for like if I before they start paying for anything on my deductible. Like it's already 9 grand. I can't wait to see it's probably gonna be like 12 grand. Like what is the point? What am I giving you money for? Just so I have the oh, like this, like fuck this health insurance, man. I don't understand what MAGA's talking about. Oh, private, like this isn't good. It's not, dude. I should be able to go to the doctor. I should be able to. I should want to go to the doctor. I don't even want to go to the doctor because I have to pay money for it, man. I shouldn't have to pay money to go to the doctor. You know what I mean? It's like, obviously, like if something really really catastrophic happens, but they only cover so much anyway, you know what I mean? So it's something that needs to be worked on, and uh, I'm all for less government. I am i am but the private sector is, there's some major problems in the healthcare sector. Looks like car insurance, like it's just too much for me to want to even drive. I don't even want to own a car anymore. Uh, so so we need major changes now. But I think the best thing, what I hope is Trump gets in there, makes things peaceful. Elon, like they start cutting back waste. The big thing is waste, man. Government waste. Some social programs can work, but like we have to get rid of the waste. We can't just have stuff allocated to certain parts of the, like, why are we sending stuff to like millions of dollars to Afghanistan over like gender studies for them? I just don't get, like, why are my tax dollars going to that? That should be a privately funded thing. Like if the globalists want to fund that, then they can fund that themselves. They don't use our tax dollars. Our tax dollars should be building our communities here and protecting us. That's what our tax dollars should be going to. They shouldn't be going to overseas. They shouldn't be going to other countries overseas. They should, like, get your stuff together, man. Like, get off of, you're a welfare sponge. Um, we need to get our debts down. We need to get our personal debts down. We need to get the national debt down, but they can't. I don't think that we'll ever be able to get the national. I mean, we might be able to get it down. We might be able to, it's going to be hard. It's going to require people to be humble and take that medicine, but for a long time, it requires high taxes, and it requires uh, the proper funds going there. But you could use, if we had proper investments, and I think that, like, if the government invested it, like, how they invested in like Elon, like doing things out in space, if they invested properly when it comes to like technology and stuff like that, and then they got rewarded, we made more money besides just the taxing us. Like, you can't tax us and then send our money use our tax dollars to give to other countries. You can't do that. You can't. This is unsustainable. You've already wiped us out, and we can't buy houses. So like, people aren't very motivated to work hard because they can't go for the American dream. Like, it seems like there's not abundance of women, available women, and there's abundance of women but not available because they might not like guys. They might not like, you know what I mean? Like, you deal with that, and then you deal with like the political aspect of it, and a lot of them are like feminists. Like, most American women are some type of feminist. uh so you factor all that in, and then it's like they don't take care of themselves. Like, they might do drugs, they might smoke. It's like, or they like have kids with another man. Like, men don't really want to be in that situation where you don't have any power, you don't have any say so in anything. You're just there. You're just like it doesn't matter. You're interchangeable. You could just throw somebody else in there. It doesn't matter. Like, since she didn't have kids with you, she can just like throw you out and just get someone to replace you. You're so replaceable if you're not the initial father of the kids. And that's something that we should be avoiding, is like when people have families, is they should stay together, especially when the kids are young. Um, and you need one parent to stay at home. We should go towards more homeschooling. We don't need to send our kids to these public schools. Uh, they're basically like daycares, you know what I mean? So uh, it's kind of like what it was for me, um, being a single parent. Well, we need to get away from being single parents. We need families to stay together. Uh, and people will be like, "Oh, you're a hypocrite," because yeah, I mean, you call me a hypocrite. I made some massive mistakes in my life. Wasted a lot of time when I was young, uh, but I didn't really have good male leadership when I was young. I didn't have anybody guiding me. I didn't have like, dude, you need to do this, man. Somebody I respect. You have to respect that person. It can't just be like some random person like that just comes in your life at the last minute. They have to have some kind of like respect, and you know what I mean. Like you don't want to let them down, and you respect their example. Just throwing me in a situation with teenagers where they're probably already mad because their parents broke up, um, and expecting them to respect me is ridiculous. Like it would have to be, I'm raising them. I have some type of bond with them. Like that's the thing, is you have to have a bond. Um, and I didn't really have any of that. I didn't really have a bond with any strong male figures when I was younger. So like, nobody held me accountable. I was babied. I felt I was probably entitled and stuff like that. But like, it took me a long time to get to major mistakes, man. I made some major mistakes, and no one else has to. You know why make the same mistakes as somebody else? And that's, what I say. But oh, you got to, yes, and I haven't got remarried. I almost did. Good thing I didn't. But I'm not did this whole notion of like replacing your wife with another. It's just like what the boomers are doing is so crazy. I never really, until my kids got older. So when my kids were teenagers, then I started like caring a little bit less about bringing women around them. But when they were young, I didn't bring any other women around. Um, so yeah, I think that's it. But we need to um, get off this capitalism boat as fast as possible. Same with the fossil fuels, man. It'd be awesome if we can make batteries that lasted like, the charge lasted for like, I don't know. You don't have to even charge it up because it lasts. The batteries are so good. You could just let it sit. that's that's where we have to get. We need the batteries to get so good where you don't have to charge it. And in fact, like it's its own. Uh, it creates its own energy. Um, so it outputs energy. These cars that but you probably would have to put fusion or nuclear technology in it, and then driving these cars around would be huge bombs if they, you know what I mean? But so like, if you could do that though, it's kind of like Bitcoin. Like if somebody was to make like a Bitcoin heater, like where you can mine Bitcoin and it produces heat for your home at the same time. Like stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like that's what we should be innovating. Like this whole like energy crap that we're going through right now, where we have like this, it's slavery. um a lot of us feel like slaves, and we shouldn't. Like, we should be past slavery. We need to be past it. And robots giving us abundance, doing all of our monotony. Like, if you want to do a job, if you want to go in there, go ahead and just like go work with robots. Go for it. Go learn that. I don't know. Some people like to play like mow lawns on the video game. So like, if you want to go do a job, like go ahead, have at it. Go there, and maybe you just want to experience it. Kind of like going through uh what is it, like a museum, like, oh, this job, like, it's like getting a tour, and you can go and work a little bit, see how it was back in the day if you want, but you don't have to be forced. Like, this whole like notion of, I know we have to, this is why I'm saying, like, we need to get to the making the technology as quick as possible, so we don't have to do these manual labor jobs, so we don't have to worry about money no more, so we don't have to worry about politics and the government, so everything just works fine, and like, we can worry about creativity and having experiences with other humans, what we should be doing, instead of like blowing each other up, or just sitting here doing these jobs we just don't want to do. So yeah.